I'm gonna give my little message. Hi, everyone. A quick message before we start. Tarot and Oracle cards are amazing tools for self discovery, well, self awareness, really, and guidance. In the right hands, it can truly help you understand the story of your life. However, they should only be support in developing your own intuition and discernment. I ask that this tarot session be guided by the divine for your best path and purpose. And if you would like to support the work I do on this channel, you may donate at the link in the description box. Thumbs up on the video, commenting, and subscribing are also appreciated shows of support. All right, so I'm going to, today's reading is the pick A or B, right? And our option is the toad and the wild goose from the Untamed Spirit Animal Oracle. Now, just take a minute and intuitively choose the one that you are drawn to, and that message could be for you. And if not, you could find it in the other pile. And also, if you don't have a message in this one, there are other pick a card readings on the channel. All right, so there you go. Let me give you like a few seconds. All right. Okay, so we're gonna just jump straight into the reading for the toad group, right? Group A. All right. So I'm using the Mythos Tarot today, and I'm just gonna look at what's happening in your situation. All right, so please give us a card here. Ooh, okay. You can see that one came like that flew out. The Emperor. All right, this could go in any number of ways. I'm interested to see where it's gonna go for Group A. Zeus, this is somebody who's in charge. So now this could be energy where this could be you, this could be a person, but it's somebody who is definitely stepping into some kind of like, I know what I want, I know what I'm going to do, and I know how to make it happen type of energy. It's like boss energy, right? It's also the mature masculine energy. So this could be, I don't know if this is becoming or this is also like recognizing who is for you as well. So let's see where that goes. That's Aries energy, by the way, if that is important to you. Tell us about this. Please give us 6. All right, 7 of Cups in hidden. Okay, this reading seems to be there's a lot of major things happening in your connection, Group A. So we have the Lovers, we have the Queen of Coins, we have the 6 of Swords, the Star, the Hierophant. There's so many major things happening here. All right, let's see now. We start off with the Lovers. So somebody is, with the Queen of Swords, somebody's coming to some kind of truth that this is a connection. This is a choice also that I want to make. And there could be a person here, I don't know who this is, you will know who it is, that could have a little bit of a barrier up, like is really looking at this situation with a little bit of firmness, like not being so like receptive to it, which tells me that there are some kind of issues here. Whenever somebody puts up a barrier like that, there is an issue. Queen of Coins with the Hierophant. All right, so this is definitely now identifying somebody who is like partner material. This is somebody who's like choosing to walk the commitment path. And that really tells me about this emperor energy. This is, I was telling you, somebody who is deciding on where they want to go, what they want to do, and who they want in their life as well. And that's very strong at the middle of the reading. This kind of feels like the story of the emperor to me. Um, this person could be dealing, this emperor here could be dealing with looking at somebody that they know that they have a distance in a way with them, but it doesn't matter, right? This is somebody who's like, I know what I want. I will, and it's not quite King of Wands energy where I will get it, right? It's I know how to build what I need to. So it's kind of a very like made up mind. Six of Swords with a star. And normally the Six of Swords to me is going away from something, right? Somebody that's leaving something behind. But in this case, this person could be leaving certain things behind, like behaviors, certain groups of people, even old relationships, things like that. But this person is going towards the person, the situation that they want in their life. And so here we have this emperor. I tell you, this is like the emperor's story. Whoever this is for you, this could be your person. It's I rarely use this term, but it's like divine masculine. You know, you'll hear that phrase said quite often. Now, this card is significant to me because this deck is a Mythos Tarot and it's a kind of Greek god and goddess based deck. There's only one black man in this deck, and it's this card. So, why I'm saying that is that this person of yours, just for additional information, could be from another place. Like, well, I'm in the Caribbean. You have many people that look like this, and Africa, North America, you know, just anywhere else where there's a diversity of people or a difference. And because it's like this is the minority within this deck. So you two could be kind of different in a way, actually. But regardless of if that's your case or not, this is something where I think you're going to start to see the effects of this because the emperor doesn't like tarry, right? The emperor doesn't wait for like years and years. The emperor doesn't rush either. So this is somebody that's building something, working towards something, but it's it's surely coming. You can trust it. If you are the person on the other side, like if you're this Queen of Swords, I'm interested to find out why we have a Queen of Swords. But for sure, this is somebody that's saying, I want this. For sure, I want this. Now, we do have a Seven of Cups. Now, I'm thinking that that has something to do with, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that this has something to do with this Queen of Swords energy. I'm kind of feeling like, because there's a tower here as well. Yes. Somebody in this connection, I don't think it's the Emperor, could have been a little bit confused or had like many options to choose from. And with this Three of Cups, could have had at least three people that they were circulating through. That's like an awful way to say it, but it's like, yeah, this person had choices, right? This energy is Emperor energy for sure. And another aspect of this person could feel like they are attractive. They could feel like I can get what I want. There's a certain type of some people would call it swag, some people would call it ego. But there's a certain bit of that to this person, and there is all these options, and I'm wondering if that is what kind of caused this Queen of Swords energy. I'm feeling this could be you if you relate to the Queen of Swords. is somebody who's looking at the situation and like being really discerning and saying, do I want this or not? And actually not afraid to say to this emperor, hey, look, this is not where I plan to go, or this is not what I am interested in. Let's look at this Queen of Swords energy. Why is there a Queen of Swords? Strength. Okay, so if you relate to the Queen of Swords, you could feel like you don't really know what's happening in this situation. Like, I don't think this person is making things clear to you. And because you're having to kind of, in this on state of unknowing, this person isn't illuminating you. It's like you're having to kind of figure things out for yourself. You're trying to, like, you don't have the support from them to help in this, like, lack of clarity. And that tells me that you're having, it could be like a little bit of withholding, until you know, or it's kind of hermity energy. um Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, it's like I don't know what's happening, just to kind of tap into that energy. And because of that, things are changing. So I don't know if this emperor recognizes that or not. Why would they keep you waiting like that if you are this Queen of Swords? Why is this emperor keeping her waiting? Six of Cups with the Six of Wands. Okay, this this is starting to feel like a little ridiculous. This person, this emperor, because this person saying like, I know you, I feel comfortable with you, I feel like you're a person that, I don't, it's almost like they don't feel they need to have all those formalities. And it's almost like feeling sure, like I will have success with you. um because it's not like a bad thing in their mind. It's like, you're my person, you're my soul person, and so because of that, there's a sense of like, I will have success here. So this feels a little bit like being taken for granted, like, because like you still would need to communicate to this Queen of Swords, like, I'm choosing you, right? Or I'd like us to have something more concrete, because this is definitely like your partner energy. You're the person I would commit to. You're my choice, but I'm still leaving you in this state of unknowing. I want to look at this toad card. Okay, something told me to look at it. It's a toad. And okay, this is not a lot of people love this card, but I am looking at the words here: listening and secrecy. This is an energy, this emperor is in this energy of keeping this quiet, keeping this to themselves, for some reason. Probably for, it's just like, there's some people that they feel very like hyper independent, and this is like a emperor energy. I know how to do everything, I know how to call the shots. So it's almost like I forgot to tell you the plan as well. All right, why are they like this? Okay, the Fool. Okay, so this could be somebody here that there was some kind of ending. It's coming up here, and this person is wanting to just like launch into a new beginning. So it's almost like the grand reveal in a way. I'm gonna surprise you or something like this. And you should be like really happy that I'm surprising you in this way. But I mean, how could you if you're being left out in the cold? All right, I just want to see like, maybe this is not as big a deal for this Queen of Swords as, or for you or the other person as I'm making it out to be. What does this Queen of Swords like feel about this situation? Five of Cups. So that is a little bit of confirmation. This person is in actually a lot of regret about this. And not necessarily regret, but like sadness. Like, why did this have to be like this? So they're in totally different moods. This emperor here is feeling like energized and revved up, and I've made my choice. And this Queen of Swords is pretty much almost grieving this situation. So that is a little bit of a mismatch. I can tell like this group you need advice here. All right, what is the advice? Judgment. All right, so you two can have a new start. Five of Coins is here. It feels like this was this connection had a lot of neglect. A lot of neglect. In terms of people are not like, there's not a sense of both of you in the same boat steering towards like a goal. It's like a lot of like leaving someone out. I don't even know if this emperor realizes that, because you can see like this energy is very I almost think like this is an absorption with one's own greatness in a way. So I'm not I don't have a word for it, but it's a kind of just like security of self that can sometimes become a little bit self-focused and not and forget that there's another person here. And so that is where this Queen of Swords is coming from. Like if you're the emperor, like this Queen of Swords is feeling a little bit hurt, even sad that this situation, because the emperor here identified the queen as Six of Cups, right? A soulmate. But how could you leave this person out like this? No. All right. These things happen. These things happen. But that's what we have the advice for. Judgment. All right. So judgment really means that in this case, for both of you, it kind of means you two have to look at this situation between you that you're creating and assess it really well. You have to do that together, right? It can be one person saying, I want this to go this way and that's how it's going to go, and you just join me along. That's not kind of a partnership that is going to be steady and sturdy. This judgment card is you both need to assess, and you also can use that assessment to now create a totally new connection. It cannot be this, it can be built on this. You two have like a very strong bond here, and somebody clearly is, this emperor is kind of saying, yes, I'm gonna make that a reality, right? That's great, but with this needs to be built on new ground here. Okay, so that is what I have for you, group A. If that resonated, please do give a thumbs up, and I'd love to have you here on the next reading. All right, so let's move on to group B. This would be the, which one is this? It's the wild goose. All right, so let's swap out. It's 1812. By the way, for group A, did I close that out already? I didn't call the zodiac signs in case you guys are interested in that. All right, so the star is Aquarius. The Queen of Swords for sure is like Libra energy, but can be Aquarius, Gemini energy. Emperor here is Aries energy, as I was saying earlier. Six of Cups, Cancer energy, and this Queen of Swords felt this Five of Cups. It's Scorpio energy. Did I say Six of Cups is Cancer? No, it's Scorpio, sorry. And the Hierophant is Taurus energy, but we do have a Queen of Coins, and that is like Virgo, Capricorn energy. Six of Swords, Aquarius again, and we have Gemini. All right, so let's move on. New time is 1922. All right, so let's give a shuffle. And for group B, please reset this for group B. For group B, please reset this. Okay. So if you chose the wild goose, this is going to be your reading. All right. So tell me what is happening here for Group B. Ooh, the Star. Okay. Please give me 6. All right. So we have the Star as the main energy. Now let's look at this. The Magician. 9 of Swords. 3 of Swords. 3 of Coins. The High Priestess. And 3 of Wands. Hidden energy is the Hangman. All right. So the Star starts us off with like there's a sense of knowing what somebody desires, what they want to attain. This is the person or the relationship I would always have wanted to have type of energy, or it's like this is what I desire most in my life. Let me grab some water. Yeah, so let's look at this Magician with the 3 of Coins. All right. So it feels like somebody here, somebody that knows what they want. Maybe they've seen or met somebody in particular that's standing out as special. And it's like, could we like work together? And when I think about the Magician and this particular 3 of Coins card, it feels a little bit like a kind of like a manipulation or a strategy or designing a way to get to what this person feels is their fated connection. This is almost this is the 3 fates, right? So it's like, could I get to that point? I'm manifesting this thing that I feel is like a big fated connection in my life. All right. Just to channel that a little bit. Now with the 9 of Swords here and the High Priestess, it feels like in this situation, these people are not fully in contact, or they're not sharing their thoughts with each other, because it feels like it's leaving at least one of you to be in this energy of a lot of overthinking, a lot of worry, a lot of even negative thinking. And because of the kind of silence, it kind of feels to me like 2 different people. Like one person is really not saying that much, and the other person is like really anxious about this situation. Um, hmm. Okay, so let's see with the 3 of Swords and the 3 of Wands. Okay, we do have 2 threes. Actually, we have 3 threes here on the board. So that tells me that this is something about creation of this situation, right? This might be something that's coming into harmony. It might not be harmonious now, but there's a kind of scenario where there's a need to create that. And maybe it's also coming on board. Now, the 3 of Swords is somebody that has been hurt in this case and is trying to work through some feelings. So this kind of tells me more about like what happened in the past here in this situation. This is being hurt from this energy, right? Maybe this, I think it's this person who's been like really worrying about things. Um, maybe even the High Priestess. Like these two are very different, but they could be experiencing something similar. It's just different people process in a different way. So, for example, if you are more prone to be like in your head, overthinking, this could be what happens when you two fall into like no contact, for example, or separation for some reason. Um, somebody else in the connection who maybe is more um, tapped into themselves, has like a process of working through things, maybe even spiritual process, um, is going to not necessarily look like this, like in their head anxious. They might look more like just kind of working with their intuition, trying to get back in touch with that. And that's where the silence comes from. Three of Swords, though, and it feels like this issue has been because either something here has taken too long. One person could feel like the situation is taking too long. They're having to wait for a long time and they don't know if this thing is going to come around. The other person could be just slowing down and saying, okay, well, I'm hurt and I'm not going to really take any action on this. The hangman. Yeah. The Eight of Wands is right under that. And so this kind of makes me feel like this was something that there was a lot of action. Um, there was a lot of energy that was there before, but with the hanged man, and somebody has decided, all right, I'm not going to do anything right now. And then the hermit here. So this is definitely a situation where two people have decided to step away. Two people have decided to just stand back. Let's find out what has happened here. I saw a Ten of Swords, so there could be some kind of ending as well. First of all, why is this Three of Swords here? Okay, okay. You know, I think in your situation, you can tell me, Group B, if this is the case, but um, I kind of think that the issue with you two is communication. It doesn't feel like you two are having the type of quality of communication that is going to kind of solve this situation, because the Page of Swords is here. This is somebody who's like just, particularly this one, right? They're just lurking in the dark, just watching, right? Just watching, just curious. I'm going to just see how things pan out. I'm not going to take any action here. When action could help, communication could help. Let's see why we're waiting. All right, why are we waiting? King of Wands. Okay. Okay. Somebody here could think that this feels kind of ridiculous to say, but somebody could feel a little bit like you should come to me. Like, why would I go to you type of energy? It's kind of like power struggle in a way. Like, no, people come to me type of energy. And even though I want this, even though this is like something that is a star energy, right? This is like big desire. No, you should come to me type of energy. Because you can see this person, it feels like they're magnetic, feels like they are the one that people come to. Like, I get the attention. I don't care who it is, I'm going to wait. Um, okay. So that is something that's coming through here. What is this not nervous energy? Nine of Swords here. Knight of Wands. Okay. You know, it's interesting. This could belong to this King of Wands energy person. Um, Somebody here is more like wanting to act on what they feel, wanting to connect in a way that is um, true to their passions, right? Page of Wands, Knight of Wands. I'm curious. I want to connect already. Now, in some cases, this could even be like, I want us to be intimate. I want us to have that passionate experience already, like what's happening. And so there's a lot of like worry, almost like this person can't compute why that's not happening, or why is why am I not having an effect on you in a certain type of way? And I'm saying you, I don't know if you are relating to the King of Wands energy or the other person in this situation. The high priestess is who I'm going to call that other person, right? The person that is just kind of staying centered and quiet. Okay, so what is the issue in this whole situation? Four of coins. I think everybody here in this situation wants to be safe. Okay, I need a more accurate description. People in this situation, they don't want to let it go, but they also don't want to like put themselves out of the comfort zone to like make the first steps. The moon, right? People are a little bit worried. They don't know, and these people could need security, could need surety, right? They don't know if things will change. Okay, so that tells me it's almost like will will what I am doing, if I go into this person, will it make a difference? And I think somebody is saying it, I don't think it will make a difference. There's some kind of negative thinking. I think it belongs to this Nine of Swords person, the person that's just in their head. Okay, what do these two need to do? You two need like advice here. Justice. All right, something needs to be balanced between the two of you. King of Cups. For the first time, we're getting some cups energy. I don't know if you noticed that, but like on this board, there's all these like wands, swords, and then a lot of major energies, right? It's like people need to tap into what they truly feel. Vulnerability. The King of Cups is almost like I surrender to what I feel. I feel this not just passion. I was going to say I feel this passion. Clearly, you feel this passion and this connection, right? That is quite obvious here. But do you feel something at an emotional level that can help you to move this thing forward? Because the high priestess is here. If you are in this like Knight of Wands energy, King of Wands energy, you have a high priestess here. High priestess can be very sensual, like that's the typical thing said of her, but she's also connected to Pisces, which is very intuitive, connects very well to like the Queen of Cups, and is like a watery, emotional type of state of being. So, in a sense, somebody here, maybe both of you, need to rest in this type of emotional, vulnerable, expressive state of saying how you feel, not just acting out the acts of how you feel, right? Justice. Things need to be balanced in this state, and that's how you can get to that balance, right? Okay. What else do you guys need to know? I think I'm gonna ask the questions based on this reading in particular. um how are these two feeling about each other? Like, how is this King of Wands feeling about this High Priestess? Page of Coins. All right, so if you are the High Priestess energy and you feel that your other person is the King of Wands, this person, the King of Wands, is interested in a new start, so a new beginning. They're probably willing to learn. Two of Wands, there's some kind of intention. All right, so that to me is like great news. That's great news. This is somebody that is saying, all right, I want to learn anew with you. All right, now if you are the High Priestess, how do you feel about this King of Wands? Because I don't know who's watching, right? How does the High Priestess feel? Nine of Wands, okay. But there is temperance. All right, so this is actually really encouraging, but it's something for the person who identifies as the King of Wands to know. This person of yours is actually feeling a little bit drained by the situation. Um, and I can tell you why. It's because there is a kind of imbalance of the outer actions and not the inner acknowledgements in this situation. There is this person, right? Everybody needs something different. this person, this high priestess, needed a little bit more of that emotional, spiritual connection development in this situation. And it doesn't feel like that was explored as much. Nine of Wands, this is, then it becomes a little bit draining, right, to be in that situation. So, however, the good part about this is that Nine of Wands is a card of let's persevere, let's push forward. All right, I'll try again. This hurt before, this was a lot before, but all right, I'll try again. I'll try to push through for this because I believe in it, right? So that is what we have here. If you are this King of Wands, and in there hidden, in this High Priestess is hidden, is Temperance. So I'm gonna say she because that's High Priestess, but it can be anybody. The High Priestess wants balance, right? The High Priestess wants things to be calm and still and just working well, right? And so that is what is needed here, a sense of like integration between two. And that is what is going to allow you guys to have like the success and just close out this cycle. But in a way, it kind of feels like just look at that. I pulled this out, and trust in the group communication. Now, you two, this kind of, let me see if I can get a message from this. In order for this situation, this connection to fly, right? To truly like fly, you guys need to have some kind of I guess it's the word simpatico between you two. You need to have some kind of interchange between you where you communicate back and forth. This is what I understand. This is what I feel. And you consider both of these things, right? So that's what I have for you, Group B. Let me know if this was your group. This is great because it's a star that is at stake. The potential for like the big desire. Now let's do the signs. I almost forgot to do it for Group A. King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, right? There's a lot of that energy here. Now we have Aries again. We have Aquarius energy for the whole connection. So that kind of feels like there's a kind of uniqueness to this situation. Page of Coins, Nine of Wands, Sagittarius again, Virgo. We have Pisces. We have Libra. We have Cancer. I'm sorry, not Cancer, Capricorn. We have Gemini. We have Virgo again, and we have Libra and Gemini again, and Temperance is Sagittarius. All right, so this is what I have for you guys. Tell me who you were, which side you were on, pile A or pile B, and I would love to have you here again for another reading. Take care. All the best.